When it's time for an adventure on the open highway, one quick call to American Family Insurance gets you headed in the right direction. Our travel peace of mind package is there if you encounter a bump in the road. From roadside assistance to rental car coverage, we have you covered. Find a local agent or get a quote at amfam.com.
American Family Insurance.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. A VHS copy of Back to the Future sold for $75,000 at a Dallas auction house.
I better come with a DeLorean, otherwise not worth it.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? When you're at the auction, you make sure when you raise your little paddle, you go, is that, forget about it.
I'd be a very bad auctioneer. I'm like, why is anyone, okay, someone just wanted to do $75,000. Sold, you idiot.
But I think it's a fair question. Why was this tape valuable? Because they say it was still shrink-wrapped and in mint condition.
Ooh, nice.
And it came from the personal collection of Tom Wilson, who played Biff in the trilogy.
Nice.
All right, that's kind of cool. Yeah. If you're rich as all hell and you're a big Back to the Future fan, to be able to say that you got a mint condition VHS tape from one of the stars of the movie, would you get it signed, or would that hurt the value?
See, that's what I'm wondering, because they don't report on it being autographed, and I would think that a signed copy from Tom Wilson seems like that would be really valuable, but maybe not.
If it's still in the cellophane, you can sign the cellophane, and there'd be no issue with that at that point.
Still, they didn't mention it.
Yeah, I'd get maybe a certificate of authenticity from him, and then have him do something with that just to make sure. But yeah, keep that pristine.
I'd be afraid to get even the cellophane signed, because I feel like that is what added to the value of the VHS. If you're collecting it with hopes of maybe reselling it, like you said, get a certificate of authenticity, maybe a 8x10 that's autographed by him. I'm sure that's a lot cheaper than $75,000, and make a fun frame thing or something.
Yeah, I would have been a complete idiot, because if I was a collector, I definitely would have said, Tom, I will get, whatever. If Tom was selling it, I'd say, I want you to sign it. I would think back then it would make it even more valuable. Turns out I would have been really wrong. How sad is that?
Having one of the stars might bring down the value of this thing.
Which to me is insane. Because why wouldn't that make it more valuable? It's the dude that was in the movie, and it was a tape that he owned.
Yeah, but someone might be unless it's Michael J. Fox or Marty, whoever that guy named Christopher Lloyd.
Hey, you got there. You figured it out.
Christopher Lloyd right now is very, very happy that you are aware of his film legacy.
You just had to work through it.
Yeah, sometimes you got to sound it out, BJ. We're on the air. I don't have that time.
At least you didn't say it was Jim from Taxi. I suppose he should be at least grateful for that.
So do you think he was just kind of cleaning out his garage or closet and came across these things, or was just I could probably make some money off of this? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if Biff is making a lot of money these days, or what he's
doing Cameo. Yeah. So he's doing a lot of cameos, I know.
Okay.
And it looks like he's selling off all his memorabilia, because he had a copy of Back to the Future 2 that sold for $16,200. So he got a little over $16,000 for that, and he sold his copy of Back to the Future Part 3, and these were VHSs, and that sold for over $13,000.
Man, I wish I had something just sitting around in my house. It was worth $13,000. Here, put this on.
He just got $100,000 from selling all this stuff. I feel like I don't know. I don't know what anybody. Hey, want to find out what Biff's Tom Wilson's net worth is?
$4 million.
How is his net worth?
You're doing better than him.
How is my net worth $17 million and his is worth $4 million? The guy's actually had a career.
You need to answer that question. We can't, because clearly you're doing something behind the scenes that we don't know about.
Yeah.
This net worth calculator is completely useless. Seriously. I mean, Tom Wilson's a guy that's actually done something with his life.
I don't know if it's because he's so busy, but he's not doing Cameo anymore. He's currently not taking any requests, but he's done over 345 of them.
Wow, he did a lot of cameos. He did great cameos, too.
Well, he's been in a lot of, I don't know a lot of movies, but I can think of a few movies that he's done semi-recently, like The Heat with Melissa McCarthy and Sandra
Oh, that's
Bullock.
right, yes.
You know what,
He's
you're
done
right.
like a lot of those like random appearances.
He's kind of like a guy like you see him in movies, you just forget who it is.
Yeah.
And also he does a lot of the fan, like those cons.
Oh, you can
he
make
does
some
a
good money.
ton of cons.
Yeah, you make good money doing that. That's not a bad way to make a living.
And it looks like, even though he hasn't been on screen a lot, he does a lot of voice acting. So he did some stuff for the Patrick Star Show.
Oh, wow.
For
Okay.
SpongeBob, he plays like SpongeBob's dad and other characters.
That's
and
such
like
a great
other
gig.
stuff too.
These guys who do the voice acting gigs, man, they love it because you really, there's so much less that has to go into it, but you still, if you're good at your job. Yeah.
And just an update, you're still at 16 million. So.
How's my
16
net
million
worth
now?
more than Tom Wilson?
Well,
Seriously.
because you're still doing cameos and he's not.
What if this whole time BJ's just like playing it down? But
I
he's
think
just,
that's the case.
Yeah,
Dude.
he's just making it seem like we.
I would not be here. Can I'm telling you right now.
No, because then we would know something's up.
Exactly.
I would not. No, I don't care if you knew something was up.
But you don't want your kids to know something's up because Joe will blow it in Vegas.
Yeah, he will.
Let me tell you this.
And your
right
daughter's
now.
wedding would be even more ratchet.
Yeah.
Even more. Is that possible?
Yeah, she'd probably have like, what's his face that sings Red Solo Cup at her wedding?
Oh yeah, that guy.
The guy who sang that song. I don't know why.
Red
Yeah.
Low Cup.
Oh man.
Fill you up.
Why is it now stuck
Toby
in my
Keith.
head? Toby Keith.
Yeah, that guy.
Time to party.
Okay, I want to tell you something right now. I'm going to tell you geniuses something right now. Okay.
Yes, thank you for being
Okay,
so kind.
I'm going to tell you. Even though the stock market right now is not doing so great, normally you get a 5% return if you do the long-term investing in anything. So if I had $16 million, okay, think about it, that would be about a little over $500,000 a year I would be making in interest. Just with the average 5% return.
But you don't want everybody knocking on your door
no.
wanting freebies and handouts. So you show up to work and you complain about your net worth.
I could sit on my ass and make $500,000 a year and not invade the principal if I had a net worth of $16 million.
You still have to deal with your kids and everybody hitting you up. Oh, I got a new
I
business
still do.
venture.
Are you kidding me? They're still hitting me up.
I mean, that'd be insane. I mean, your wife would want to move to like a more lavish place. Like she'd probably want to be like in Bermuda or something like that.
You know
Bermuda.
what? We've never been to California. She's probably living in a mansion down there.
That's a
yeah.
good point.
We've never
Yeah.
seen it. Yeah, that's true.
Dude, I'm going to tell you.
Or she's living in Russell Wilson's old house.
Oh, yeah.
That's so quick.
California.
Yeah.
Do you know we went looking at mobile homes recently because we thought maybe we should get a piece of property instead of just paying rent all the time. Do you know the mobile homes cost as much, I think, Steve, as the house you paid for in Puyallup, and a mobile home in Newport
California?
Beach, in Newport Beach.
I don't even want to know.
Oh, dude! I mean, we went. You know what mobile home parks are like, and so this was just like a regular mobile home park. They are asking for money that you could buy a house in Puyallup for. I was, and that's not including the rent you got to pay for the space where your mobile home is,
You got to be kidding me.
because the mobile home is useless to you if you got no place to put it.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I mean, they're starting at $500,000 for a mobile home in Newport Beach.
Dude, it's time to get into that van life.
And that's starting. That's not like the biggest mobile home. If you want a double wide, forget about it.
Double wide.
Found one for $179,000 in Huntington Beach.
That's Huntington Beach. That's not Newport Beach.
Oh.
Yeah. And Huntington, yeah.
It's a
Huntington
beach.
Huntington is awesome, and it's only like
All
5
right.
minutes away.
Danny says it's awesome. First of all, it's not 5 minutes away, Danny. It's 30 minutes away from Newport Beach. Obviously,
Wow.
how much you want to bet?
$100.
I know it's
$100.
Close you are to the
There
beach.
you go.
Look at this mobile homes that close to the beach, man. That's
Yes.
a good deal.
Yeah, well, Huntington Beach is the kids area. I mean, I'm an old person. I mean, it's the party
They'll
area.
help keep you young.
Yeah. and
12-minute drive.
It is not a 12-minute drive from Newport Beach.
12 minutes. Oh, so is Google Maps, apparently.
Yeah,
It's got a garage. Look at this. Like, it's got a floor and everything.
It's got a floor. Well, I'm in.
Fireplace.
That does look nice.
It's a really nice mobile home.
Yeah. How big is it, though? It doesn't look that big.
I don't know, big enough to live in it. It's 1,300 square feet.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
I'm
There you
actually
go.
surprised it's not more.
I see the ones we saw, but again, maybe it's Newport Beach. The ones we saw were
You
a lot
could
more
live in the
expensive.
exclusive Huntington by the Sea gated community. Walking distance from
by
the
the
sandy
sea?
coast of Huntington Beach.
Yeah, Huntington Beach
Full
is a nice
gym
place
is
to
available
visit.
there.
It's a nice place to visit, but you don't want to live there
Why not?
because it's too busy. It's like college kids going insane.
Yeah, you could go. You guys could be like Grandpa and
Yeah.
Grandma gone wild.
No, it's not going to happen. Yeah.
You.
Look, I hate to tell you, but
Man,
Yeah, it's not gonna
I'm
happen.
starting to think maybe it's time to go to Huntington Beach.
go to Huntington Beach, dude. You go
I
ahead.
love Huntington.
I know you do because you're a young person that likes to have a party.
I'm shocked that it's like because when you said that I was like that sounds crazy.
Look at Newport Beach. You didn't look at the Newport Beach mobile
well, you
homes.
know what do you want from me?
I don't know.
It's a lot to
I
do.
really haven't asked a lot of you, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Really, I think you're fine.
I'll have to look for mobile homes in Newport Beach. Is what we're talking about, huh?
Yes, it is.
All right.
All right, thank you. By the way, I didn't know you're my realtor on this one. Look, I mean, we saw.
I found you a beautiful place for under $180,000.
There, look at that one right there. There you go. That's the one. There's one $499,000.
Well, this one's 4 bedrooms. You don't need all that.
I don't need all that. I mean, people are going to come visit.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, I mean that's
Wow, this one looks like a pile compared to the one we were just looking at.
I know. It's Newport Beach is different than Huntington Beach. It's a little bit more upscale. That's all I'm saying. It's a nice one though. But isn't that amazing? That's a mobile home.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it looks like you're looking at a regular house with all the flooring and the nice stuff and everything they put inside, but outside it's still a mobile home.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? $500,000 for a mobile home, it seems wrong. I am not paying that much money for a mobile home. I'm sorry. It's just because you can go
Good title, yeah.
You know what I mean? You can go to get an amazing house around this area for $500,000. You have to drive a bit, but you can.
Although, I mean, 180, like if I was living in California where I was like, okay, like, that's where I live, dropping 180 to live right that close to the beach, dude, pretty sweet.
I know, but think about it. If something is too good to be true, there's a reason why it's only 180.
And I don't want to find out why.
Yeah, you're going to find out quickly.
What's the worst that could happen?
Have
you seen the movie The Money Pit?
I don't even know what to tell you.
Rev, have you seen the floors of this place?
I'm going to pass on that one.
I'm trying to tell you, Huntington Beach is not where a person of a certain age wants to live anymore. Danny can go there with his wallet chain and be fine, but once you get in your 40s, you do not want to be living in a mobile home in Huntington Beach. Is all I'm saying.
Is it just because it's loud and people are partying?
That might be that might be the least of your problems. I mean, there are people doing stuff. I'm just saying.
All right.
Yeah, it's just everything happens. Okay. Hey, would you like to know the secret to a happy marriage? Well, don't ask me. Hey,
Move to California.
Hey.
One of you.
How about this dude just celebrated his 75th wedding anniversary, and he has narrowed down the secret to a happy marriage to doing 3 things. And you know how a lot of us guys are. We like tools. Tell us what the tools are. Tell us the rules. He will tell you all about it at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
When it's time for an adventure on the open highway, one quick call to American Family Insurance gets you headed in the right direction. Our travel peace of mind package is there if you encounter a bump in the road. From roadside assistance to rental car coverage, we have you covered. Find a local agent or get a quote at amfam.com.
American Family Insurance.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. At some point in your life, if you already haven't, you're going to say, I do. Uh-oh. Unless you're, like Joey D's, and you go, oh, no, I won't.
Ouch. You never know.
Yeah, maybe at some point, when Joey hits his maybe 40s, he might think about the I do.
No, we do have that contract for when I turn 40. So
I was about to ask that question. I was wondering if Joe has I thought it was with you, but I wonder if he has any other contracts.
I mean, who knows? Like, he might have a backup. I
will say this.
Backup.
I'm going to say this, Vicky, this is really the only compliment I'm going to throw your way probably the whole year. Okay, I'm going to say this. If we lived in another country where arranged marriage was a thing, definitely I would arrange to have you both married.
You tried.
You did try to get us to date once.
All I did was do a date, but if we did like the parents, the arranged marriage thing, the kids would have nothing to say. They would have to be married.
Yeah, I mean, didn't you do that? Wasn't that part of like her getting the job here? It was like, you have to date my son.
Yeah, that was part of it. Also, pick up the dog stuff in the yard. I mean,
and
Vicky
I only did one of those.
Yeah, Vicky really got out of. She
chose the dog poop over your son. I'm so sorry.
Damn, smart choice.
So, Joey D's, am I way out of line to say that you're pretty much saying I don't at least till your 40s? I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, I think you're right on that.
Where
one.
are you at age wise?
33.
33. Okay, so do you have this pact with Vicky?
Yes. Our 40? What was it?
When I turn 40, you will be 41.
Vicky turns 40. That's right. Yes.
Okay.
So I have 7 years.
Do you have a pact with someone else where if you turn 40, you marry them? Wouldn't that be funny if he has
backup?
no, it'd be because he would marry them before he'd get to you because he's
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I actually do think I made a pact with someone like in the 3rd grade.
The 3rd grade.
But I don't remember their
now
name.
here Danny works with us.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough to make a pact if you don't remember who they are.
Do you know who it was?
No idea.
I know we can't
man.
Facebook stalk them.
I have the image in my head, but I have no idea their name.
So
They're
now
married.
anybody can come to you and go, hey, I was that 3rd grader, so let's get this done.
That could be really cool or really bad, depending on.
So 7 years from now, potentially you're getting married to Vicky.
That's right.
I want this to happen only because I know Vicky's a caregiver. She's got that sort of thing in her life where she's got to take care of everybody, and I'm getting older. So I feel like the only reason I want you married to Vicky is I know Vicky will take care of me probably better than both of my kids will.
What if we renegotiate? Can we push it down to 35?
Jeez.
Oh, that's only 2 years for Joey.
I'm turning
Dudes.
33 this year.
No, it's only has 2 years then for Vicky.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. That's not cool. I don't know if we can make that happen.
That's too soon.
That's too soon for Joey D's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because I have a feeling once I get married to Vicky, there's no more Vegas trips.
What are you talking about?
I'll let you do whatever the hell you want.
Oh, well, okay, it's back
Just-
on. I like
just,
this.
okay, I'm like, just do your half.
She's going to want time to be left alone.
Yeah, just leave me alone half the time, and then I'll we'll alternate who cooks food, and you kill the spiders and take out the trash, and I'm good.
And then you guys could move into BJ's upper house, and then Sarah and George are in the lower house. And
You know
then,
something?
And then BJ can live in the car outside.
Exactly.
You know what, Danny? It's pretty much frowned upon to arrange marriages, but you still can arrange mob hits, Danny. So that's something that's still widely accepted in our
Well,
society.
now we have it on tape.
Yeah.
We have it documentary.
We have it on a tape, you see?
Have it on
Now
tape,
you're in
see?
trouble, buddy.
Start it up.
All right, so if you're going to get married or even an arranged situation, what's the secret? Like, you want to stay together. I mean, I think that's the thing. When somebody says, hey, man, I say I do, you go down the aisle, you hope that you can make it happen. And unfortunately, in a lot of cases, especially with a lot of new weddings, like, the divorce rate's high. There's a dude that just celebrated his 75th wedding anniversary. And us guys...
75.
75. Is that platinum or is that super platinum? I don't even know what that is. And of course you go, all right, dude, the question everybody would ask him is, what's the secret? And he actually says, I got 3 things. And us dudes, let me tell you, dudes love just go give me the things. Like, give me a list. I'll do that list. That's how we like it.
If he says she passed away 60 years ago, I'm going to lose my crap. I'm kidding. Sorry.
That's number 1. You're right. Number 1, your wife has to die young. All right. Here he is. The 3 things to what this 75th anniversary celebrator has said is indeed the secret to a happy marriage.
Well, just the normal 3 things that you have to do, and that is take out the trash and put on the toilet seat, and yes, dear.
Oh.
Wow, Joey, you failed at the take out the trash part pretty much your entire life living in our house.
0 for 1.
Yeah.
I'm batting 1,000 on this one,
Do you put the
baby.
toilet seat down?
Always.
Oh,
Yeah, see, I don't
never
do that. I'm like, F that noise.
Yeah.
I did it. I didn't do it once, and it was. And I'll never forget the sound of pure horror as in the middle of the night, my wife went to the bathroom without checking, and I just hear and like woke me up. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, you forgot to put the toilet seat down. I'm like, oh boy. Like, she wasn't mad at me. It was a big laugh, but I'm like, I felt bad.
Okay, so at least you passed that test.
Yeah, I take out the trash.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
care about
yeah.
putting the toilet seat down. Danny and I are against it.
Oh, yeah.
No, I am. That
That's
is.
what's so hard about it.
Yeah, there's nothing difficult about it whatsoever.
It's the principle of the thing, gentlemen.
I
It's
don't
a
even know
stupid
about
battle to have.
Well, see, but it's not even a battle. It's just I forget, and at that point, it's just as easy for her to put it down as it is for me to put it down. So at that point, I don't.
No, I
understand.
get it. I get the logic, but it's like it's not worth the headache. If someone wants it down, I'm like, all right, you got it down.
How do you feel if it's both ways? Like everyone has to put the lid down before they flush.
Yeah.
Because that's my rule.
Wait, lid? Oh, you mean the top lid?
Yeah, the top lid before you
Oh,
flush
well,
because of the poo particles. Because I'm a little weird. I get so mad when people don't do that. I even have a sign in my bathroom that says, "Put the lid down, or I will shank you."
Oh, really? Because I don't know about particles.
Joe, hurry up and get married. This is not good.
Don't put the lid down, Steve.
You need to find someone else.
Vicky does have. See, that's the thing
That's
about
my
Vicky.
only thing.
See,
I'm like, just put the lids down. I
Vicky's
do
a
it
little
too.
high maintenance when it comes to certain. So,
we definitely put the lids down because as bidet owners, there have been times where it's accidentally been kind of triggered. Either someone sitting on it or stupid cats have triggered it just a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
And so at least it'll hit the top of that lid and still stay in the toilet, other than becoming a little water fountain that goes everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Vicky, that's a backwards way of always having the seat put down, though. See, I think that's a pretty strategic, smart way to be able to say, guys, you need to put the seat down all the time.
But then I do it too. I put the lid down too. So there's no like, oh, you have to do another step. I do it too.
I mean, in a way,
true leader.
Yeah.
And it reduces airborne poo particles by 50%.
So let me ask you this, airborne poo particle girl.
Whoa.
How are you about people, men using standing up to do their business?
Oh, I don't care. As long as they put the lids down.
No, you should if you're all about the particles.
If they put the lid down, they're going to make a mess.
Yeah. If there's a mess on the floor, that's easier to clean than the mess on my toothbrush.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, if I would like, we should pause and honor the man that is Steve Meeks.
Thank you.
He's
not wrong. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to say the obvious things.
Vicky,
No.
you obviously didn't watch the documentary Curb Your Enthusiasm, where
I did
Larry
not.
David talked about when you're standing up, there is splashback.
Oh, yeah.
Very minor splashback that you would never allow anybody to go standing up in your house.
The worst is hitting the urinal when you're wearing shorts. When you realize, man, I got to wash my pants every time I go to the bathroom.
Vicky, would you like to have poo particles, which are kind of hard to see? I mean, they're out there, but they're hard to see. Or would you like to have liquid evidence of somebody using your bathroom on your paintings or pictures on the wall? Because that's
What kind of aim do you got?
That one.
Wow.
You really?
Well,
yeah.
Why?
Late night, you will have some terrible aim.
That's true.
At least
Yes.
from experience.
Yeah. And and there is splashback. There is a thing.
I think it's also like,
Wow,
I've
But how high is
noticed.
it? It doesn't hit the artwork.
Well, it depends on where your artwork is.
Yeah,
On the floor.
dude, you know
where it goes?
Sometimes you don't realize how far the splashback goes. Like, you know,
True.
If you are somebody who's still young and has and has good firepower, you know, that's yeah. I mean, think about it. Take some water and just drop it into any body of water, and you'll see, like these. You won't know. You'll be surprised how far the particles go.
I do notice, though, when you do have the lid down and you're flushing over the course of a couple of weeks, it doesn't smell as bad as quickly as if you were to leave the lid up.
Oh, really?
So I've trained, like, this is the thing. I trained my old roommate because we shared a bathroom. He
Joey's
would put the lid down.
Joey's canceled the contract.
Get
right
on
now.
Tinder today.
Yes.
I'm not doing it.
Don't
Hurry
wait.
up.
And just your bio
Yeah.
should say looking to get married in less than 7 years.
And I'm just
Right
gonna swipe
now.
on everyone.
Just
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah.
Trust me,
and
you'll thank me in 7 years.
Kill the spiders and take out the trash is my only rules.
Oh, that's not bad. What about the yes dear? I think you got a yes dear, Vicky, a lot.
No.
Do you do the yes dear, Steve?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I guarantee Steve does because he doesn't want trouble.
Oh.
But I don't even know when I'm yes steering too. I mean, it's not like we're arguing. We don't argue. So like she asked me like, oh, can you change out like, the toilet paper? Yes, dear. I don't like no bitch, you do it. I mean, like
That's what you say to me every morning when I ask you to do anything on the show. Is that the idea? You save all the no bitch pieces for me?
yes. I get all my no bitches out here at work.
Your work wife is
it
really.
now.
And then
I'm in an abusive relationship over here.
And then I'll just bend over backwards for the wife ski.
That's I can't really argue with that. It's not a bad strategy.
I mean, it's like, hey, can you do that? Yeah, sure, no problem.
I do none of these things. I mean, I take out the trash. Actually, that's pretty easy. But the other two, I'm like, F the seat down thing, figure it out, B. And secondly, I don't yes dear my wife at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard you say yes, honey.
But
Right, she said, can I live in another state? Yes, dear.
Yes, dear. Yes, honey.
I mean, that's the one I'd be like.
a lot, man.
well, here's the thing. That was after years of therapy. You guys remember the early days of me doing this show?
I understand that, but
Yeah.
it's not like as if like you can't say I've never said yes to her.
Well, I mean, not like what you do, like you're supposed to go happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
The reason she's in California is because I never did that. I mean, that was kind of what I had to do to sort of reset the marriage, to give her some space, because I was such a pain in the ass.
Yes, dear.
You guys really think I'm a yes dear guy? I fight with my wife. Why do you think I sometimes will come back from California and go, hey, did you have a good weekend?
I'm not saying that you don't. I'm not saying you say yes, dear all the time.
A lot of dudes do. They just yes dear all the time. They really do. And I never was that guy. And I it is the secret to a good marriage.
See, I make a game out of it because she'd be like, would you like to do this? And I was like, would not like to do it.
Define like.
Exactly. And it's just like, will you please do this? And I'm like, yes.
Define like dear.
Well, let me ask you two loser guys, since you
Look
two
at this.
are all about.
shots
Oh
fired,
yeah.
yeah.
Have you? So.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have no dear moments? How about that?
Oh, sure
I
I
feel like
do.
you guys are more yes.
Tabs on
Both
it.
of you are more yes dear than me. I would say I'm the least yes dear on this show.
I troll my girlfriend all the time, and I say no, and she just gives me the look, and I'm like, I'm just kidding. I'm getting up to do it right now. Come on.
Oh, no, there's plenty of times where it's like, no.
Yeah.
Like, it was,
see, Reb takes it. You know what? Reb learned from the best.
Honestly, I don't really know any situations where she's even asked me something that was like warranted. Like she doesn't ever put me in a spot where I need to like be like, no, absolutely not. I'm sure there's been occasions, but for more often than not, that's
let me just say
part of why we're married. Like I didn't want to be with someone that's like that.
Let me just say something to you right now. First of all, I agree with you. I have never seen your wife in any unreasonable moment. She's always just like really pleasant to be around.
And the most unreasonable thing she did was say "I do" to me.
Well, that was more of that's temporary insanity.
I'm hoping that temporary is permanent.
Yeah, it's temporary insanity that's gone on longer than the experts expected.
Yes.
But here's what I know about you. I mean, it doesn't matter. You're not going to get in drama. You will not. You'll just yes dear just everybody because you're like it's not worth it.
But I'm trying to think of an example where like I feel like I've like acquiesced.
You're not a fair case. You yes dear everything. Like I don't think there's anybody that you would like.
She doesn't put me in any unreasonable spots to say no. Like it's not like I've never been like where she's like, okay, maybe it's like a ridiculous purchase. I'm like, no, we're not going to get that. But that's. I don't know.
I know.
That's rare.
But see, if I was your wife, I'd be like, I would take you into the garage and show you all your drum kits. I don't think I would ever not be able to make a purchase because I know you and all your T-shirts. If you literally could say no to your wife about purchases, your wife needs better counsel.
She's like, oh, I need new running shoes. I'm like, cool, get them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not gonna be like, no.
That's the secret to a happy marriage, right there, honey. I go running and I would like a new pair of shoes. Cool. Get him.
Yeah.
I'm a husband that knows and cares.
I'm like, is that going to break the bank? Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the thing.
It's not like she's like, I need a new,
I think your wife's a genius because honestly, I don't know the level of what she asks in life, but I think she identified quickly, this guy will not, he does not like drama. This is the perfect guy. He will say yes to anything. Once the drama level, your wife is a genius. I don't know.
Oh, I agree to that.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, totally. I have no idea how reasonable or unreasonable she is. I do know she's a genius because she saw you and said, there's no man that I could find that will yes dear better than this guy. And she probably said, this is why he will be my husband. I bet she probably had a private conversation with her mother and said, Mom, take a look at the yes dear quotient.
Right.
And I bet her mom was like, honey, I raised you right. Because the YDQ is the most important part of any relationship. You've got to find that significant other that will yes dear you. And my wife, unfortunately, failed badly at that.
All right, so can you think of Danny? Can you think of a time where you just like you fully just like shut it down? No. Full on no, dear.
Oh, yeah. She asked me to go to do things all the time with her friends, and I'm like, I didn't feel like it. I'm good.
Oh, man.
See, my wife's like, hey, you want to go to a graduation party for my friends? I'm like, all right, sure, whatever. Like, I go.
But hey,
you know what I'll find somebody, I'll talk to them, there'll be food. Like,
there's been lots of times where I'm just like, now me and Joe are going to go out drinking on a Friday night. Like, we're good.
YDQ on Steve is high. I just look at Steve's face. Here, Steve, you know he doesn't want to go, but he's like,
no, of course I'd much rather just fall asleep on the couch, but it's not like, oh my gosh, you put a gun to my head and making me go be social with your friends. Like, it's like, no, I'd rather just say I don't do nothing. But
don't get me wrong.
Once I go, I have a good time.
Dude, that's a high YDQ.
They're nice people.
See, it's a high YDQ. You are the high. I mean, you are a find. I never understood why your wife picked you. I didn't quite understand.
No, it's more I picked her, BJ.
Okay, fair. She's even got you thinking that. That's fantastic. I think your wife saw you a mile away.
Whichever one makes me look cooler.
Yeah.
That's the one. I picked her. Whichever one that makes me look more awesome.
When your wife saw this, she goes, I will never find a YDQ higher in any human being. This guy will do anything I ask. This is fantastic.
Within reason.
Oh, within reason. There's no, as soon as anything drama starts, you're out. I don't care what it is. If we start any drama, and that's the secret to Steve, if you want Steve to do something and he's like kind of balking, put some drama behind it. Steve's all right, whatever. I just need to shut this whole conversation down. What do you need? What do you need? I see it I don't want to. I'm giving a secret away, but sometimes when I wanted some things done and I wasn't sure you were on board, I kind of go, okay, it's time to throw a little drama in the mix, see what happens. And eventually you go, yeah,
I'm aware of you being a drama queen, BJ. Yes. Don't think as if like you're some Jedi.
But I'm not always
BJ in baby mode.
But I'm not always really drama queen. I'm kind of putting on a show because I know about the high YDQ.
Sure. Right.
Like even this conversation, eventually you're going to go, whatever.
I've moved on. I'm trying to find a cool what the Mariners Steelheads giveaway hat is on Father's Day. Because I want one, but I don't know if I could go to the
Where's
game.
the picture? You got a picture of it?
I haven't seen any pictures of it yet. I'm trying to find it because I like the Steelheads thing.
Oh, man, I want that. That's too late to ask for that, though. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, that's the secret to a good marriage. Yes. We started this guy.
If you cry about it, maybe you'll get one.
Well, see, Joey and Sarah have a low YDQ. They just don't like, no. Joey will say, no, I'm not getting you anything. You're lucky I'm showing up. So anyway, the dude that celebrated his 75th wedding anniversary, put the toilet seat up.
Trash.
Take out the trash and say, yes, dear, the secret to his 75 years of marriage.
And whiskey.
Okay, that's Danny's secret.
I'm going to add that in there, yeah.
Danny, by the way, are you married?
No.
Okay, good. Thank you for the tip.
You're welcome.
Well, he lives with his person, though. So it all works out.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Kurt Russell, for that expert commentary. Yesterday, Steve got this one wrong.
In what city did the MLB's Braves franchise first begin?
New York?
No.
San Francisco?
No.
Milwaukee.
Not Milwaukee. That wasn't my guess.
That wasn't your guess.
I'm going to go with New York.
No, you said in New York already, so good job there. No. New Jersey.
Literally, it was his first guess and it was his third guess.
Yeah, you forgot. Yeah,
a lot happened in that time.
That's a long 20 seconds, man.
I'll tell you why. His brain could not entertain that baseball had anything to do with Boston because he's such a New York guy. That's
it.
You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 8:47 on the Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I figure out who my creditors are?
People a lot of times have had a long time of not having good credit and having collections, and so they're concerned that you may be concerned that you won't be able to find all your creditors if you file bankruptcy. How will I know which collection agency has my credit card bill from 10 years ago now? And that's something that's hard to keep track of because credit collection agencies transfer your debts all over the place. But we will pull all your credit bureaus, and by getting all three of your credit bureaus, we'll be able to tell who has your credit and debt now, which collection agencies have had it in the past, and we'll make sure that we file all your creditors when we file your bankruptcy so that nothing slips through the cracks.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger is back. A flavor spectacle of pretzel proportion. Featuring applewood smoked bacon and hot and juicy beef. It puts beer cheese on top of Munster cheese and a pretzel bun on top of all that. Simply put, Wendy's Pretzel Pub puts the EAT in greatness. Try one today and see for yourself. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger.
For a limited time only at participating Wendy's.